Love can hurt, and in the case of feeding your dog human food, love can kill, slowly. Most of us want to show our dogs how much we love them and help them to feel more like part of the family. We do this by slipping our food into their mouths when they come around during our meals. In doing so, we however, forget that feeding dogs with our food as a show of love can also be putting the dog's health in great danger. It is for this reason that we are doing this video to let you know the top 10 most toxic human foods that are harmful to dogs. Invite your dogs and let us watch this together. Number 10, Grapes and Raisins. Toxicosis after ingestion of grapes and raisins has been occasionally reported in dogs. Clinical effects include development of vomiting and diarrhea within 6 to 12 hours of ingestion, lethargy, anorexia, polydipsia, dehydration, and elevation of serum creatinine and BUN concentrations. Progression to oliguric or anuric renal failure may occur within 24 to 48 hours. These seemingly innocent fruits can cause kidney failure in dogs. Number 9, Chocolate. Chocolate is toxic to dogs because it contains theobromine and to a lesser extent, caffeine. While humans metabolize theobromine easily, dogs do not. Dogs process theobromine and caffeine slowly, which allows these toxic compounds to build up in their systems and cause pancreatitis associated with chocolate toxicity. The consumption of theobromine by dogs can affect their heart and nervous system. Number 8, Macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts are the oily fruit of the macadamia tree. Macadamia trees are native to Australia but now cultivated in other similar climates including Hawaii, South Africa, and California. Macadamia nuts are poisonous to dogs. Dogs will readily eat the plain nuts, salted nuts, nuts in baked goods and those covered in chocolate or candy. While macadamia nuts are edible tasty snacks for humans and often found in dessert recipes, their consumption by dogs leads to poisoning. Although the toxic component within the nut is unknown, the margin of safety following ingestion is small with just a few nuts leading to intoxication in a small to medium-sized dog. The consequences of eating macadamia nuts include vomiting, ataxia, lack of coordination, weakness, hyperthermia, overheating, and depression. Number 7, Raw or undercooked meat. Raw meat is likely to contain harmful bacteria like Salmonella, Listeria, E. coli and more. Cooking meat to a safe temperature definitely kills off those harmful bacteria. By feeding your dog with uncooked meat, there is a higher risk that your dog could develop a foodborne illness or other type of bacterial infection. Number 6, Dairy products. As dogs get older, their bodies produce less and less lactase, making it difficult for them to digest any type of milk. Since they are unable to break down the lactose in dairy products, this leaves the lactose sugar in their system for the bacteria in their intestines to ferment. The fermented bacteria cause digestive issues such as diarrhea and bloating. Number 5, Caffeine. Caffeine, a methylxanthine, can cause toxicosis when ingested by pets. Dogs are the most frequently intoxicated species due to their indiscriminate eating habits. This applies to dogs of all ages and breeds. Whether from coffee, tea, or energy drinks, caffeine can greatly affect our dogs, leading to restlessness, loss of muscle control, tremors, and even seizures. Caffeine also affects the gastrointestinal tract and can cause vomiting and diarrhea. Number 4, Avocados. Although a popular superfood for humans, avocados contain persin, which can be toxic to dogs and cause stomach upset. This toxin, if consumed in large quantities, is capable of causing vomiting, diarrhea, and difficulty in breathing, in dogs. Avocado pits are also a choking hazard and can cause intestinal blockages which can be life-threatening. Number 3, Onions and garlic. Onions and garlic are part of a group of plants called alliums, which are all toxic to dogs. Symptoms of onion and garlic poisoning include vomiting, diarrhea and a reduced appetite. Alliums contain toxins called disulfides and thiosulfonates which can damage red blood cells, leading to anemia, irrespective of whether they are consumed in small or large amounts. Number 2, alcohol. Although alcohol is not typically considered as being a poison, the ingestion of it by dogs can cause sedation, unsteadiness on the feet, vomiting, low body temperature, depression of the breathing, increases in the acidity of the blood, low blood sugar, coma, seizures and death. And finally, number 1, xylitol. Xylitol is an artificial sweetener that is found in many sugar-free products such as chewing gum. Xylitol is extremely toxic to dogs to the extent that consumption of very small amounts of xylitol can cause hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, seizures, liver failure, or even death in dogs. It is important to know that feeding our dogs with our food is not only harmful to their health, but it also constitutes negative behavioral, social, and physical side effects on our dogs. Behavioral. Our dogs will start to beg for food while we eat, cook, or snack. They will whine, sit and stare, jump up, run around in a bid to get your attention to share your food with them. Because you may not enjoy this annoying behavior at some point, the best way to stop it will be to share your food with them, thereby reinforcing this bad behavior. Since dogs understand that whining, crying and begging will cause you to feed them with whatever you are eating, they will do just that. Since it is difficult and time-consuming to break this bad behavior of dogs, it is best to never start it in the first place. Not only are we setting up our dogs to behave badly, but we are also introducing the possibility of them eating toxic foods, as well as an increase in daily calories. The moment we begin feeding our dogs with our food instead of their normal dog foods and in their own bowls, we deliberately introduce them to bad habits that can be difficult to break. Social. Sharing too much of your delicious foods with your dog may cause it to become a picky eater that will dislike eating its own foods. It becomes worse when the dog gets an understanding of your daily and weekly menus. It is not surprising therefore, to see your dog holding on to eating chicken, beef, eggs, or anything else you offer from the menu. Physical. Once our dogs become picky eaters and go for long periods without eating except they eat our food, it becomes a serious problem. Since this bad behavior can be difficult to break, it can even cause adverse physical side effects if the dog does not eat for long periods of time or is not receiving the appropriate nutrition. From the above side effects, we can conclude that dogs that do not eat human food are less likely to eat toxic foods. To avoid any change in behavior in our dogs, and resultant side effects, it is important to keep dogs strictly on dog food. That said, it is worthy to note that the dogs that eat only dog food tend to have better body condition scores and are at a more appropriate weight for their size, age, and/or breed. Dogs that are kept at an optimum weight are less likely to have joint, bone, ligament, or mobility issues, and are less likely to develop heart disease, breathing issues, decreased liver function, and many other health problems associated with human foods. Just like humans, maintaining a healthy weight helps ensure a dog's overall health and long life. Thanks for watching. And please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe if you find this video insightful.